Boo! Well, that is the typical greeting at this time of year, isn't it? Whatever year it is. Anyway, I am Void Dweller 1666. Come in, sit down, it's cold out there. So, this is Halloween. Halloween, Halloween. Some kind of little song. A favourite time of year for us all. Oddly, there's something very alluring about that chill that runs down your spine when we read, hear, or see something spooky. I'm not very well versed in costumes, obviously. I mean, look at me. I'm rather plain. However, I do love horror, and I have something to say on the matter. Let's begin. I thought we would start off nice and simple. Everyone likes a good list. I was thinking a kinda quick-fire horror survival 101. So in no particular order, with no numbers and pretty much off the top of my head, let's go. If you take drugs, you die. Insult the legacy of the killer, you die. Get intimate with someone, you die. You split up, you die. You stay together in the house, you probably die. Don't say something along the lines of, "We made it, you'll die." Just because the killer was there doesn't mean they're no behind you You died. A lot of these tropes have faded from our minds though. Especially when it comes to practical application. If I went out like this, acting all crazed, I wouldn't scare anyone. No. That's not what would happen. This is what would happen. Dwellers don't take that crap. Now you're thinking weapons in horror are popular. So what would be a great weapon to have in this situation? You need something that can strike fear into your enemies, but at the same time rack up the bodies. I was running the idea of maybe some kind of chainsaw on a rope, but then I thought, well, you could end up in a total nunchuck situation if you fucked up. And you'd do more than just bash yourself between the legs. What would you call it if you somehow split yourself in twain? Some kind of weird forced mitosis? I don't know where I'm going with that. Either way, there are some tense moments in these pieces of media. But I'll tell you what's truly tense. Have you ever tried to fix a modern piece of technology? The way you're set up these days is to fail. It's like trying to disarm a damn bomb these things. So I guess it doesn't matter now if it's a bomb or your piece of tech. What is certain is one wrong move and, well, you're fucked either way. Serial killer sat-nav directs you out to the middle of nowhere, and just as you start to question your very, very creepy surroundings, it simply tells you, you're in the wrong neck of the woods now, pal. Now I suppose your only chance then would to be... So could you believe it, my boss yet again is giving me crap? Says stupid gamers like me have no work ethic. That I'm lazy. Yeah, do you believe that? I mean, look at this game. Just today, I've literally worked myself to death 16 times. 17 times. I have to though. Even my friends have started getting at me. "Oh, pimp, you gotta get help." I don't need help. I don't need help. You know what I need? You know what I really need? I need more wood, thatch and fibres. That's what I need. Wood, thatch and fibres. No wood, thatch or fibres makes fucking Pimp 52 go crazy. Over the years it's been ingrained in us all that it is monsters, spectres, or creatures. They're the real horror. I mean, you've seen them. In reality though, the true horror is far more close to home. You hear a knocking at your door, and it's no a giant monster attempting to beat down your door and savage you. It's a simple piece of paper, enclosed in a larger piece of paper. Large red warning letters symbolizing danger. It is a reminder of your crippling death. That'll make you shit yourself at best, leave you rocking back and forth in the shower at worst. A dweller once told me what truly scares them, and it was an MRI machine. No, nothing to do with medical illness, which is truly terrifying. But because the act of being moved into this big metal tube made them feel like they were being inserted into Megatron's anus. So here's the real question now. Who in this situation is more in fear? The puny flesh creature or Megatron himself? Sorry for the abrupt change of scenery. I thought I would get out and stretch my legs a bit. You know, out here in the dark, a lot of things can start going through your mind. You can hear noises, rumblings, like some untold, horrible terror is pursuing you. It's no a monster though. It's something far more similar to yourself. It's...
Hand over your credits, Dweller! Now!
You can't hurt me with that. I'm an original.
The Original Dwellers. A fairy tale at best, purely because where something exists, there was an origin. I don't know why 1666 is saying this about themselves. Very worrying.
Imagine being trapped in a room with no internet, suddenly cut off from the hive. Everything falls silent, as then your sanity starts to break. Then your captors afford you a single chalkboard and granite, a nice wee selection of chalk. At least they gave you that. Nice of them. They didn't have to do that. Now you have something to take away from the mundane, the torture. So what do you draw? Hell, the internet, of course. Furiously swiping your chalk drawings off to replace them with new ones, over and over and over and over and over and over.
Void Dweller 1902, a young up-and-coming star of the VoidHeart protocol. Loved by many until suddenly, they were gone. But what happened to them? Well, tonight, we're gonna find out. There are some clues to go on. 1902 was out with some friends, recording for a broadcast it seems. Well, we have that footage. Warning, it is distressing, to say the least. Viewer discretion is advised. It seems 1902 was just minding their own business when suddenly and viciously attacked by a feral dweller. The Administration Oppression Detachment was sent. However, the eerie thing is, neither the feral or 1902 were to be seen again. Next up,
it's good to be back in from the cold. What? What do you mean they're giving each other shit about their hoods? 1 second, folks.
Right, what is this ad hominem bollocks? I've told you this before. Right, well, looks like it's time for another recalibration.
Damn, seems to be a lot going on today. So you know how there are survival games, where it's all about starting with nothing, gathering resources and going from surviving to thriving, all while the common enemy is things like hunger, thirst or exposure. Then you have horror survival games, where it's pretty much scare the shit out of you and then make you run for your dear life from some horrific creature. Now if we combine the two into one experience, what do we have? Well, what we have is a game where if you look at the statistics, you'll still find that most players seem to be dying at the hands of the environmental factors. Starved to death, tripped and fell off a cliff, accidentally ate a piece of rotten meat at low health, and it broke your leg. I mean, one time, I ate too many potatoes and died of vitamin A poisoning. Fucking happened fast as well. Basically, the horror monsters would just be window dressing to something far more savage. There are apparently applications on our smart devices that can do some crazy things. I mean, we thought the soul capture added to version 42 was impressive. What if I told you this little device can show me the unseen? It can bring out the horrors of the night and make something scary happen. So let's try it out. No, not again, no! This one is worth paying attention to, dwellers. This could save your existence. Now, we all know how annoying it is, how many infractions we get into our homes at this time of year. Pesky trick-or-treaters. Well, we have a simple solution. The Altric Q5000. I will give you a moment. It is light, it is compact, it is affordable, but most importantly, it is enigmatic. As you can see, we're not quite sure what it is either. But what we do know is, it works. Guaranteed operation radius of 500 rivets. Give those trick-and-treaters a real treat this year. Buy now! Warning, we will not be held responsible for self-annihilation. Some dwellers have criticised this time of year and said it is becoming degenerate. Maybe. But who really cares? In this void, we should strive to feel again and actually live. If there are only 1 or 2 nights we can find the strength and let ourselves go, then more power to us all. We currently live in a time that, let's be honest, is pretty fucking bland. We're all just a bunch of screaming heads looking to be noticed, looking to break free from the horde, creating a system that treats us like animals, and then they wonder why we turn feral. We need characters again, in everything. That's where horror was great. It gave us escapism and character, and over-the-top deaths to grimace at. There was a time where being real was in. Was raw. But now look at what real is. We need a bit of fantasy, or we need to make this void the world again. I mean, who really is the monsters here? Well, at least Jason's excuse was all he was trying to do is get those pesky deviants off his property. I mean, his mum left that to him. Well, I hope you all enjoyed our little foray into, well, something Halloween related, I guess. I had a ball of a time. Thank you for your company, and until next time, remember, candles work better in the dark.